In this video, we'll be covering prompt engineering for beginners, so you'll learn how to actually craft the best prompts. So prompt engineering, it's very important to actually get the results that you're looking for and get the most out of using your AI tools like chatgpt and anything else. So you should see prompting as a way of instructing the AI so it can give you the very specific output that you are looking for. Also, make sure to check the description where I have a link to our prompt collection with the over 1500 prompts that are ready to copy paste for pretty much any purpose. And we also have the exact templates of the building blocks of a good prompt that you can use anytime you are prompting. So make sure to check that out. We will also be going through some of that in this video and in our advanced guide coming soon. So let's get into it. So we will start with this beginner's guide and we will save the more advanced stuff for a later video. But today we'll show you more of the basics and examples and a formula that you can use yourself. So let's jump into it. First of all, we'll use ChatGPT as our AI tool of choice here to actually show you examples and how to use it. But this will basically be the same with all AI tools. If you learn how to prompt, you will understand how you can actually prompt different AI tools to give you the exact outputs that you are looking for. So we'll start a new chat here and give you some examples. With a precise and well-structured prompt, like the more specific you are, the more context, the better results you will be able to get. Obviously, there will be tasks or outputs that you are looking for that require less context and a less specific prompt. And there will be more specific tasks that require a lot longer and more context and details to the prompt to actually get the desired result. What is AI? This is a very general, very basic prompt, just asking a question, and you don't really know the output that you will get. You will probably get a very general output about what you are asking for, but you don't know how long it will be, you don't know the specifics. So it's very open-ended, to be honest. We could ask it, explain what AI is, focusing on its application in business, answer in 100 words. So here we are a lot more specific because we want the answer to be based on business, and we also want it to be only 100 words. So let's say you ask it, tell me about marketing strategies. Then you'll probably get a very basic general result again. But if we refine that to, yeah, like you can see here, 10 different areas of marketing, but it's very general and you can't really use it to anything specific at all. So we could refine that to, can you describe 3 innovative digital marketing strategies for small businesses in the e-commerce fashion niche? So now it will start giving responses based on the actual niche that we are in. We are a small business in the e-commerce space selling fashion clothes. Okay, so I'll give you one more example before we move on to some common prompt formats and structures and give you an example of those. And lastly, we'll cover the basic prompting formula that you can use. So if we ask it a very basic prompt again, tell me about climate change, the answer will be very general and might not be exactly what we are looking for. So instead of just asking, tell me about climate change, we'll be much more specific. So let me input the prompt there. Explain the primary causes of climate change and their impact on global weather patterns in a way that a high school student can understand in 100 words. Climate change is mainly caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels for energy, which releases greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. So it explains it just the way we want it, basically. So this shows you how important it is to actually be very specific in what you're looking for. Obviously, there might be cases where a very general answer can be good enough. So again, it all depends on what you're actually looking to get out of it. But if it's specific what you're looking for, then you need to be as specific and detailed as possible. So let's move forward to some common prompts and formats that you can use directly. The first one is called a direct instruction prompt. So I'll give you an example of this soon, but they are pretty much the simplest type of prompts that you can use. So it's a direct command or question that can get straight to the point. They're best for tasks where you know exactly what you want. To give an example of a direct instruction prompt, list the top 5 AI trends in 2024. It's a very direct prompt and it will yield a straightforward list. Here it generates a list for us, it gets straight to the point, and you get what you are looking for. The next typical prompt that we can use is more of a conversational prompt. Sometimes it's very helpful to engage the AI in more of a dialogue with you. So this is useful for more complex tasks where you might need to refine the answer through multiple interactions. So to give you an example, you could start the prompt, what are some strategies for increasing website traffic? Then it will provide you the answer step by step here, some of the strategies that you can use to increase website traffic. And then we get more specific and to the point by keeping the conversation going. You could then follow up this prompt by asking, can you expand on the SEO strategies mentioned? And now it will go more into the very specifics of SEO strategies. Again, we start a little bit broad and then we narrow down as we go using a conversation. Here we have the answer, keyword research, on-page optimization, content creation, technical SEO. So it basically gives you a lot of the aspects of SEO, including the different things you need to keep in mind when working with SEO in the different main categories in SEO, and then in bullets of what you should be focusing on for each of them. But the key thing is that you start out a little bit general and then you get more specific as you go and keep asking questions until you have all the information that you need or the output that you are looking for. So the next one is called a role playing prompt. So these prompts involve assigning the AI a specific role or perspective, which can add depth to the interaction. So the prompt will be, you are a marketing consultant, recommend a digital marketing strategy for a new online e-commerce fashion store. So it will answer based on the role you gave it. So since we gave it a marketing consultant role, it will answer with marketing strategies based on the knowledge that a marketing consultant would have. So you could also assign it to be a social media expert. It could be a CFO or a CEO. It could be a business developer. It could be a coding specialist. It could be an IT specialist. It could be anything actually. But you should just see it as the role you provide it will be the output that you will get based on the information or knowledge that this role would have in real life as well. So it does like a step-by-step output of the different marketing strategies that can be used for e-commerce fashion stores. It's a little bit general, so you could build on this and be more specific. You could say, okay, email marketing, that's interesting. I want to know more about that. Then you can keep asking questions about the email marketing specifically, and you can provide more information about the actual products that you sell, your demographics, and so on. And it will give you more and more specific results. So what we'll cover now is a basic prompting formula that you can use for pretty much anything that you need. And you should see this as a formula or different building blocks that you can have in the back of your head anytime you are doing prompting. So you should also see it as the top here being the most important, and then as we move down, it's a little bit less important depending on the output you are going for. So again, the more specific outputs you're looking for, the better idea to include more of these. But of course, more simple stuff will require less context, less information. So this is just great building blocks to keep in mind. So we'll go through each of these one by one and give some examples as well. And again, make sure to check the description where we'll have the link to our prompt collection with over 1,500 different prompts that you can just copy paste for almost any purpose. And you'll also have the full building blocks or the prompting template that you can use. If we start with task, the most important one, this is the core of the prompt, and it's the action or outcome you want from the AI. So by clearly defining the task, you set the direction for the response. So it could be very simple. It could be write a summary, but of course you would need to include what the summary should be about. So let's say write a summary of meditation Adaptations by Marcus Aurelius. So task will be the most important thing when actually crafting your prompts like this. So to summarize, tasks are the most important part of the prompts, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It is the actual task that the AI should do. So write a summary or generate ideas or whatever. Obviously, you would need some more context to that exact prompt, because if you just say write a summary, you have the task, but it's too open-ended, so you can't really just write a summary. It will probably ask you what should the summary be about. So the next one is context. And context is essential because it provides the background information the AI needs to understand your request better. So the more context you give, the more accurate, the relevant the response will be. So let's do an example here. If you do the task, we could say generate ideas, and we could say for social media posts, and the context could be for a e-commerce fashion store. Consider the fashion trends for 2024, and let's see what it comes out with. Here are several social media post ideas for e-commerce fashion store aligning with the trends expected in 2024. Now you could just take all of these ideas and go out and create your own posting calendar and just start creating a lot of different posts based on these ideas. But we could also be more specific in our prompts. We could, for example, say it's for Instagram Reels or Instagram images. We could say more about the demographics that we are targeting. We can say the age, if it's male, woman, and a lot more specifics about our clothes as well. So we could be way more specific to get better results. But that's where the rest of the building blocks comes into play. So the next building block is called exemplars, and exemplars are examples of references that help guide the AI response. These can be past outputs you've liked, specific styles you prefer, or simply examples to illustrate what you're looking for. Examples could be similar to the style used in Forbes articles, or following the structure of the summary you provided. Let's say we include a task. Write an article about the top 5 latest fashion trends in 2024. And then we'll provide the exemplar, which would be similar to the style used in Forbes articles. Here we have some task, you have some context, and you have the exemplar. The top 5 latest fashion trends shaping 2024. Some introduction, you have number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on. So it basically gives us what we want in the style of a Forbes article, which was the exemplar. So moving on to the fourth building block, assigning a persona can be incredibly powerful. So the fourth one, it's personas. And it tells the AI to take on a specific role or viewpoint, which can influence the tone and approach of the response. Write an article about the top 5 latest fashion trends in 2024, similar to the style used in Forbes articles. If we were to give a persona to this, we could, for example, say, in the voice of a marketing consultant. It might create similar to the article it just made, but now it will change the tone or the persona that is actually writing the article. The look and how it's written will be slightly different, and it will be from a marketing perspective. So the fifth building block is format. Specifying the format helps ensure the response is structured the way you need it to be. So whether it's a bullet point list or a 200-word paragraph or a formal report, defining the format upfront is very key to get the exact output that you're looking for. So examples of this could be in a bullet point list, write a 300-word blog post or provide a SWOT analysis. So if you're building on our previous prompt here, write an article about the top 5 latest fashion trends in 2024, similar to the style used in Forbes articles, in the voice of a marketing consultant. Now, if we were to specify more the format to this, we could say write a 300-word article instead of just an article, because if we say just an article, it's very open-ended how long it will be. But if we specify it should be 300 words, we get a more specific response. Now we could also include that it should be a bullet point list here. So write a 300-word article about the top 5 latest fashion trends in 2024, similar to the style used in Forbes articles, in the voice of a marketing consultant, in bullet points under each of the sections. Now we have even more format added to the prompt. Top 5 fashion trends in 2024 from a marketing consultant's view. So here we have the different headings. So quiet luxury, the rise of minimalist sophistication. Then you have a little bit of text, and then you actually also have the bullet points that we asked for. And obviously 300 words is not that much, so it's limited how much information can be under each of the titles. But this could be 500 words, it could be 750, it could be 1,000. The point is you will get what you ask for, basically. The last building block is tone. So tone sets the mood or style of the response. So whether you want something formal, casual, humorous, or professional, stating this clearly will help the AI deliver the right tone. Examples could be using a professional tone, or with a friendly conversational style, or in a humorous tone. So let's build on our prompt here again. So I'll actually just go back and edit this one, and we can just add write in a humorous tone, and we can send that, and it will edit the last response, so we don't have to get that many responses, and we can keep refining using the same prompt. Now we have added all of the building blocks here. Write a 300-word article about the top 5 latest fashion trends in 2024, similar to the style used in Forbes articles, in the voice of a marketing consultant. Include bullet points under each of the sections. Write in a humorous tone. Here you have the final result. Obviously, we could do a lot more to this, but this is a great way to see or think about prompts when you are going for a specific output. There are different building blocks that can be used. So if we were to summarize this, I can summarize it in like a final example of a prompt using all of the building blocks. Let's start with task. So the task, it can be summarize the benefits of AI in healthcare. There we have the task. We can add some context, which could be considering the recent advancement in AI diagnostics. They will add some exemplars similar to the style used in academic journals. Now we also include persona, which would be as an expert in medical technology, and format in a bullet point list. And lastly, the tone, using a professional tone. All of the building blocks are included. Summarize the benefits of AI in healthcare, considering the recent advancement in AI diagnostics, similar to the style used in academic journals, as an expert in medical technology, in a bullet point list, using a professional tone. And there we have it, benefits of AI in healthcare, a summary of advancements in AI diagnostics. And we get the bullet points as we wanted, we get the professional tone as we asked for, and there you have the final result. That was the beginner's guide to prompt engineering. Now make sure to check the description, where you'll find more AI resources, including the prompt collection with over 50 to 100 prompts ready to copy and paste for pretty much any purpose. And you'll also find the prompt template with the building blocks in the resources. In the next one, we'll be covering a more advanced guide to prompt engineering, so make sure to check that out as well, where we will build on what you learned in this video. So I'll see you in the next one.